I'm going to walk you through how to create your birthday pop-up card with our laser engravers and Corel Draw. So on the assignment in Schoology is two things you're going to download. One is this happy birthday word set. So if you just click on it, it should download. And then the other is this candle picture, and we're going to do download image. So just have them both downloaded, ready to go. And then you can open up Corel Draw, that green pencil program on your desktop. And we're going to do a new document. Instead of the 24 by 12, we're actually going to do the size of a piece of paper just to visually understand it a little bit better. So we're going to do 8.5 by 11. That's the size of a normal sheet of paper. And then this primary color mode, make sure you're doing RGB or else our laser doesn't understand the colors. And I'm going to call this birthday pop-up card and hit OK. So here is our blank sheet of paper that we are going to cut out on the laser to make our birthday card, like it's in the example picture on Schoology that I showed you in class. So since we're doing two pieces of paper glued together, we wanted to have a little border. So we're going to make our laser make it a little bit smaller. So I'm going to start by drawing a rectangle and click to drag, and we're going to set it to be 8 inches by 10.5. And this will be hairline red. So it's going to make our regular sheet of paper just a little bit smaller. All right, so next let's bring in those things we downloaded. So we're going to click import. So you could go file, import, but that little down arrow is also right up here. So we can click that and go to your downloads. And I'm going to grab the words first. I'm going to click import. And we're just going to leave all of that the same and hit OK. And you're just going to click once to bring it into that regular size. We're going to do the same thing with our candle, import, and click. So there's quite a few things wrong with both of these things we brought in. One with the happy birthday is the colors. So it's actually kind of reversed of what we need. So red is going to end up cutting, and blue is what engraves instead of green. So we're going to have to make some changes to this. So we're going to make the changes over here before we bring it into our main page. So the things that we're going to want blue is this top line. So you're going to want to click that, and actually that said 0.5. So we're going to click and drag over everything and make it all hairline. So now I can click that line, and we're going to make it blue. So right click on blue. These green lines across the top of the words, those are also going to be blue. So you'll do all of those ones blue. The bottom of those words, two that are currently red, those are going to be blue. Actually, basically everything that's not black is going to become blue. So I'll give you guys a second to do all that, and I'm going to do the same on mine, and then we'll come back and check that they match. All right, so hopefully this is what yours looks like. So all of the blue is what our laser will be engraving to basically give us a fold edge. And now everything that's black, we're going to want to turn red. So you're going to want to go through again and click to make everything red. And yeah, so you can do that now, and we'll check back again to make sure we match. All right, so again, this is what you should look like for your words. So this is, the red will be cutting out, the blue will be engraving and being stuck to the page still so it can bend and fold out. So we are going to add little candles across the top so that kind of looks like a little birthday cake when it folds open. So I gave you guys this candle picture, and if you zoom in, you can see it's that raster and not the vector. And we need to clean it up a little bit so that we can put an outline to it. So when you click on the picture, you're going to go to Trace, Bitmap, Outline, Line Art. And actually, no. trace, we're just gonna do quick trace. And that one works fine on here. And when you when you grab it and move it, you can see that it has that blue around a bunch of stuff. That's where it's gonna add those vector lines to it. So it always keeps your original. So I like to move it and get rid of the original. So I have my new one here. And we're gonna have our candles cut out. So we're gonna right click on red and see what happens. So we have a red border and there's actually a double red line on our candle. So we're gonna get rid of the fill. So left click on this X and there is our red line. So we're gonna get rid of some of these and trim them away. So if you hold and click on that crop tool, you'll find this virtual segment delete. And what this is, if I click and drag over a line, it deletes it. So it deleted that outside box. And then I'm also going to delete the inside of the candle. So now it's just one big candle here. So with this, it's a little bit big to go on the top. So we're going to shrink it down just a little. We'll try that. So let's start to get everything and move it over onto our page. So we want this happy birthday to be right across the middle of our page. So one cool thing with Corel Draw is if you click on one of the rulers, either the top or the left side, and drag, you get this dotted line. So halfway from the top to the bottom of our page is going to be this 5.5. You can zoom in and it gets you close to it too. But now our page is cut in half. So our happy birthday over here, I actually clicked and dragged over it all, and I'm gonna group it, hopefully. Group object. So here's that little button right there. So now it's all one thing. I can't accidentally grab one line. And I'm gonna line up right across that dotted line. So you can see how my blue line that kind of stuck out is right on there. That is our fold line through the middle of our page. So now my candle, it's going to go on top of our little cake here. That's still a little big. I'm going to shrink it down, make it look normal, and then we want our red to be right at the top of that blue. And you can decide how many candles you want to put across. If you're going to a 4-year-old's birthday soon and you want to give them a cool little card, you can put 4 candles. You can copy and paste this. You can just right click, copy, right click, paste, maybe. Or Control C and Control V is also the shortcuts for pasting. So Control V to paste it right on top. Maybe you want to do something cool where it's your grandma's 80th birthday. We could have it cut out the 80 across the top too, or whatever number it is. So I'm going to grab a text tool and I'm just going to type 80. And maybe that's a good basic font, and let's make it big. So you are probably going to want like the bottom of whatever it is, or if you have like a name you want to do or something. So right now this is just kind of like engrave the 80. So we should be able to right click on red and it put a border around it, and left click on the X and it got rid of it. And if it does have holes in the middle, you're going to want to save those from the laser to glue onto the back side of the colored page so that it shows up. But I'll do this and I'll kind of line that up there. So kind of just like how it's going to cut out these things on the top. If you wanted to add anything else down here, that's just cutting out and not actually popping out of the paper, you could do that. Like I know there is a heart in here or a star. Let's see, basic shapes. There's a little heart. So maybe you wanted to cut out a heart out of the paper and then you could sign your name after you write a little message. Just make sure whatever you do is hairline red. So then this would be ready to take to the laser where I can help you get it all set up and make sure it all looks good before you cut it out of paper and assemble it like the one in class.